Welcome to the Thrill Quests channel, where mysteries come alive. I'm Annabelle, your guide through a labyrinth of suspense and intrigue. Get ready to elevate your senses, grip the edge of your seat, and prepare to embark on a journey into the unknown. Every story is a new thrill, every quest a new adventure. So, are you ready to unlock the mysteries that lie ahead? Let the quest for thrills begin. The Forest's Secret. The dense forests outside of Portland, Maine, were a place of mystery and natural beauty. Tall pines stretched toward the sky, their branches whispering secrets to those who cared to listen. It was the perfect setting for a high school class trip, offering a break from the humdrum of everyday life and a chance to explore the wilderness. The group of friends. Emma, the curious leader, Max, the witty prankster, Lily, the quiet observer with a love for folklore, Jake, the athletic adventurer, and Sophie, the studious bookworm, had been looking forward to this trip for weeks. Their teacher, Mr. Henderson, had promised them an unforgettable experience, and they were eager to learn more about the natural world. The sun was shining brightly as the group set out on the trail, the air filled with the scent of pine and the sounds of birdsong. They hiked for hours, marveling at the beauty of the forest and the diversity of the flora and fauna. As the afternoon wore on, Emma noticed a narrow, overgrown path branching off from the main trail. Her curiosity getting the better of her, she suggested they explore it. "Come on, let's check it out," Emma said, her eyes gleaming with excitement. "Who knows what we might find?" Max grinned, always up for an adventure. "I'm in. Let's go off the beaten path." Lily hesitated, her love for folklore making her wary of straying from the trail. "Are you sure it's a good idea? We might get lost." "Don't worry," Jake said, his confidence reassuring. "I have a good sense of direction. We'll be fine." With Sophie nodding in agreement, the group veered off the main trail and ventured into the unknown. The forest grew denser, the air cooler and more mysterious. As they pushed through the underbrush, they stumbled upon a small clearing. In the center of the clearing lay the skeletal remains of an old horse. But this was no ordinary horse. Its skull bore a long, twisted horn, almost like a unicorn. "What is this?" Sophie asked, her voice filled with awe. "It looks like a unicorn." "That's impossible," Max scoffed. "Unicorns aren't real." Lily's eyes widened as she remembered an old legend she had read about. Could it be the legend of Batis? The others turned to her, curiosity piqued. "What's the legend of Batis?" Emma asked. "Batis was an ancient man who ruled the jungles of the world, riding a black unicorn," Lily explained. "He was said to protect the forests from intruders and those who wished to harm the wildlife. According to the legend, anyone who disturbed his domain would be haunted by strange phenomena." The friends exchanged uneasy glances. Could the bones they had found belong to the mythical black unicorn of Batis? As they stood there, pondering the mystery, the wind picked up, rustling the leaves and creating an eerie atmosphere. Shadows danced at the edge of their vision, and they began to hear faint whispers carried on the breeze. "Did you hear that?" Jake asked, his voice barely above a whisper. "Oh, it's probably just the wind," Emma replied, though she didn't sound entirely convinced. The group decided to head back to the main trail, but as they retraced their steps, they couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching them. Strange noises echoed through the forest, and they caught glimpses of movement out of the corners of their eyes. "Maybe we should get back to the others," Sophie suggested, her voice trembling. "Good idea," Max agreed, his usual bravado gone. As they hurried back, the strange occurrences intensified. The forest seemed to come alive, its very essence pulsating with an otherworldly energy. The friends stumbled upon an old, weathered signpost covered in moss. The sign read, "Beware the wrath of Batis." "Okay, this is getting really creepy," Lily said, her fear evident. Emma tried to stay calm. "Let's keep moving, we're almost there." But their path was blocked by a fallen tree, and they had to take a detour. As they navigated through the dense underbrush, they came across an ancient stone altar, covered in intricate carvings depicting Batis and his black unicorn. "This is incredible," Sophie said, her fear momentarily replaced by wonder. "It's like something out of a fairy tale." "But what does it mean?" Jake asked, his eyes scanning the carvings. Lily studied the carvings closely, her heart racing. "I think it means we've crossed into Batis's domain. We need to leave now." As they turned to leave, they heard a deep guttural growl that sent shivers down their spines. The ground trembled beneath their feet, and the air grew thick with an oppressive energy. "What was that?" Max asked, his voice shaking. "I don't know, but we need to get out of here," Emma said, her fear now matching the others. They ran through the forest, their breaths coming in ragged gasps. The strange noises and shadowy figures seemed to follow them, always just out of sight. The friends felt as though they were being herded, guided by an unseen force. Finally, they burst out of the forest and onto the main trail, their hearts pounding with relief, but their ordeal was far from over. As they made their way back to the campsite, they found Mr. Henderson and the other students gathered around a campfire. The friends shared their story, their voices filled with fear and excitement. Mr. Henderson listened intently, his expression growing serious. "I've heard the legend of Batis," he said, "but I never thought it could be real. We need to be careful. If Batis is truly protecting the forest, we must respect his domain." That night, the friends couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. Strange dreams filled their sleep, visions of Batis and his black unicorn riding through the forest, protecting the wildlife from harm. The next day, they decided to return to the clearing and investigate further. Armed with their newfound knowledge and determination, they ventured back into the forest. As they approached the clearing, they noticed something strange. The skeletal remains of the horse had disappeared, leaving only a faint impression in the ground. "Where did it go?" Jake asked, his voice filled with... "It's like it was never here," Emma said, her brow furrowed. They searched the area for any clues, but found nothing. It was as if the bones had vanished into thin air. As they stood there, trying to make sense of it all, they heard a soft, melodic voice calling to them from the forest. The voice was gentle and soothing, like a lullaby. "Who's there?" Max called out, his curiosity getting the better of him. The voice grew closer, and a figure emerged from the shadows. It was a woman, ethereal and otherworldly, with long flowing hair and eyes that seemed to see into their very souls. "Who are you?" Lily asked, her voice filled with awe. "I am Elara," the woman replied, her voice like a gentle breeze, guardian of the forest and keeper of its secrets. The friends exchanged amazed glances. Could this be a trick, or was Elara truly a guardian of the forest? "We found the bones of a creature," Sophie said, her voice trembling. "We think it might be connected to the legend of Batis." Elara nodded, her expression somber. "You have stumbled upon a great secret," she said. "The bones you found were indeed those of the black unicorn. Batis was once a great protector of the forest, but his spirit has been restless for many years. He seeks redemption for a terrible mistake." "What mistake?" Emma asked, her curiosity piqued. "Many years ago, Batis trusted a man who promised to help him protect the forest," Elara explained. "But the man betrayed him, using dark magic to imprison Batis' spirit in the black unicorn. Batis has been trapped ever since, unable to find peace." The friends listened in stunned silence, their minds racing with questions. "How can we help him?" Jake asked, his voice filled with determination. "There is a way," Elara said, "but it will not be easy. You must find the man who betrayed Batis and undo the spell. Only then will Batis's spirit be free." "Where do we start?" Max asked, his fear replaced by a sense of purpose. Elara handed them an old, worn map. "This map will guide you to the man's lair," she said. "But be warned, the path is dangerous and the man is cunning. Trust in your friendship and your courage. Only together can you succeed." With the map in hand, the friends set off on their quest, determined to free Batis's spirit and restore peace to the forest. Their journey took them through treacherous terrain and dark, forbidding woods. They faced many challenges along the way, but their friendship and determination kept them strong. Finally, they arrived at the entrance to a hidden cave marked by ancient runes. The air was thick with a sense of foreboding, and the friends knew they were close to their goal. As they entered the cave, they were met with a labyrinth of tunnels and passages. The map guided them through the twists and turns until they reached a large chamber at the heart of the cave. There, they found an old, withered man surrounded by dark artifacts and spell books. His eyes glinted with malice as he looked at them. "So, you have come to free Batis," he sneered. "Foolish children, you cannot defeat me." "We're here to stop you," Emma said, her voice steady with determination. "Yea, imprisoned Batis's spirit, and we're going to undo your spell." The man laughed, a chilling sound that echoed through the chamber. "You think you can undo my work? You have no idea what you're dealing with." "We know more than you think," Sophie said, holding up the map and journal they had found. "We've learned about your betrayal and the dark magic you used." The man's expression darkened, and he began to chant in an ancient language. The friends felt a sense of dread settle over them. "Stay together," Jake said, his voice filled with resolve. "We can do this." The friends joined hands, drawing strength from their unity. Emma stepped forward, her eyes fixed on the man. "We know your name, Robert Caldwell. We know what you did, and we're here to put an end to it." The man's eyes widened in surprise, but he quickly regained his composure. "It matters not," he said, his voice dripping with contempt. "You cannot break the spell." Lily stepped forward, her voice calm and steady. "We have the key," she said, holding up the ancient runes they had deciphered from the carvings. "And we know the incantation." The man's expression turned to one of panic as the friends began to chant the incantation, their voices growing stronger with each word. The chamber trembled, and the dark energy seemed to dissipate, replaced by a sense of light and warmth. "No!" Robert Caldwell screamed, his voice filled with desperation. "You cannot do this." But it was too late. The incantation reached its climax, and a blinding light filled the chamber. When the light faded, Robert Caldwell was gone, and in his place stood a tall, regal figure with flowing black hair and piercing eyes. "I am Batis," the figure said, his voice resonating with power. "You have freed me from my prison. For that, I am eternally grateful." The friends stood in awe, their hearts filled with a sense of accomplishment. They had done what no one else could. They had freed the spirit of Batis and restored peace to the forest. Batis looked at them, his eyes filled with warmth and gratitude. "You have proven yourselves to be true protectors of the forest," he said. "I entrust its safety to you. Guard it well." With those words, Batis mounted the black unicorn that had appeared beside him and rode off into the depths of the forest, his figure blending with the shadows until he was no longer visible. The friends stood in silence, their minds racing with the enormity of what they had just experienced. They knew that their lives would never be the same. As they made their way back to the campsite, they felt a sense of peace and fulfillment. They had uncovered a great secret, faced incredible danger, and emerged victorious. And so, the legend of Batis and his black unicorn lived on, not just as a tale of ancient times, but as a testament to the courage and determination of a group of friends who had dared to venture off the beaten path and uncover the truth. Thanks for joining us on another thrilling quest. We hope you enjoyed unraveling today's mystery. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Thrill Quests to keep the adventure alive. And remember, there's always another mystery waiting to be solved, so be sure to tune in for tomorrow's episode. Until then, stay curious and keep questing.